Make a motion to approve.
Okay, motion by Director Parks. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Director Elliott. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. We're going to do the flag salute by Director Clark, followed by the invocation by Director Elcon.
You all please stand. Right hand over the heart. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Lord, I just want to come before you and there's so many things that as an individual that I'm grateful for. But I also want to say that I'm very grateful for this board, that we work well together. We seem to have nothing but good intentions for the hospital and the staff. And I just want to thank you for that. I thank you last night for the mixer that went on. People seem to be having a good time. The foundation did a wonderful job. And I just want to thank you for all the good things that are happening around here. I ask all these things in your name. Amen.
The mission statement is on the agenda for those that want to read it. Item C is the public comment portion of the meeting. Is there anybody from the public to make a comment? Once, twice, on Zoom. Okay.
Can I make one comment? Can we make them sit in the front row rather than the back row?
No, I'm just glad they're here. They should wherever they go. There you have it.
Well, they usually holler at them if they're closer.
Item D is the consent agenda of routine and non-controversial items. There's something that needs to be paid, and I believe Director Elliott wanted to pull items.
I did item number 19. I'd like to discuss that.
Okay,
And we have someone on call, Lindsay, when we, to get to that point, Heidi will text her and she'll talk about it a little bit.
oh, okay,
It's quick. She's at a conference up north, yeah.
okay. So we'll move item 19 on consent agenda to number 5 under new business. Is there anything else that needs to be pulled this afternoon? The items from the staff or public that needs to be pulled?
I don't have any, so.
Just going twice. Okay, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda minus item number 19?
So moved.
Motion by Director Elliott, is there a second? Second by Director Clark. All in favor?
Hi.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll move on to the reports. John, your CEO report.
Okay. No, pharmacy, and I'm sounding like a broken record, but it's almost ready. Bob is at Whiskey Flats right now, so he can't really comment, but we are real close. I mean, they put together all of the things that,
Cubicles?
what?
The cubicles?
Cubicles are all, well, not the cubicles, but all the things that are gonna hold the pharmaceuticals. Those are all the hanging, and that's all done. Right,
Oh, that's right.
yeah, but that, I'll talk about that too, but ceilings are all done. We're waiting for the Board of Pharmacy. We're waiting on Cardinal Health to give us a okay that they are gonna provide. So we're changing addresses. You have to get someone that said they'll provide the drugs to us at a different location. So when that comes, I think the Board of Pharmacy should approve it after that.
Feel like the Board of Pharmacy said we need a current agreement with the new guy.
And on top of that, we're trying to get we had a meeting next week with a generic wholesaler who will give us some of the over-the-counter things that we're going to be selling at a cheaper price, less than half price, a lot of them. And even some of the drugs we're trying to get from them too, which will knock it down. But our 340B is starting to work a little bit better. We are using that a little better, but that may go away. Who knows? 340B, I've been talking about that for a long time, but from the drugs we're seeing a reduction in prices on some of them already, which is great. Medical records, we are very close to that. Some of our people in medical records are already started moving their stuff down to that. We are close there. So that's going to be a good thing for them because they say they'll be a lot more efficient when they go down to that building because they won't have the traffic come up to their offices. We are trying to call specialists and try to get some more specialists up here. been tough sledding to try to get him to call back. We for sure we've been calling Dr. Bika, and then there's another guy. It's a guy's son that we call him. He used to be up here, and we're calling his son now. His son's a doctor now. Yeah, we're calling him and trying to get him to come up here, and then some other ones too. But we have we need a surgeon, of course, but I've got some numbers from our new Dr. Mosa, who is our new ER doctor. He's got some contacts with some people who do that from CRNAs. He wants to be our surgeon, but that probably is not going to be not happening. He's our ER doctor. He's doing an all right job there, but we don't know if we want him as some of the things that gets his license are questionable for not for the ER, but for the surgery. Yeah. We don't need that problem.
One step at a time.
Yep. Cal OES. Bob is going to call them next week to get a status report, but we have not heard a thing from them yet. And as we all know, if we don't do it by, I believe, April, it goes stale and we're done. So they say they're going to be able to do it, but we'll see. We had a big meeting today, a board meeting with the DHLF, District Hospital Leadership Forum, talking about things. Our supplemental payments, no change for this year. Actually went up 10% this year, this particular one. We got another 300,000 on this one particular part of it, and we don't see any changes for next year either. So there's nothing hitting yet. None of the changes are hitting yet. We made an offer to a new CNO, Shannon Jimerson, and she accepted. She'll be starting as soon as we can get the schedule figured out, but probably the week after next, I'd imagine. She's very excited about coming and getting started. She's first thing she's going to do is look at our policies, procedures, our processes, and she's going to begin training. Maybe not just her training, but maybe working with some of the hospitals in Bakersfield to try to get some training down there. Have somebody come up here or a nurse to go down there. But we are going to up the training immediately. I think that's what we need.
And she'd been here before, right?
Right. Oh, she's still working there. She's at ER. She's our house super at night at ER. She's been here and I've gone. She was actually DON at SNP in Lone Pine, and then she was also CNO at Ridgecrest.
She's also our DAO.
DON, yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. I think she's going to be a great addition to us. I think she's going to hit the ground running. That's one of the reason we went internally, because really she can hit the ground running with us. We bring somebody from the outside, might take them 6 months to get used to everything. And I think the people that we have working around here, the nurses really wanted her. We had two other internal candidates who were also good, but I think she's the best at home. So we had the foundation put on a nice wine and chocolate event last night in our cafeteria, which had about 70 people or so, which was great. Everybody had a good time, I think, and it was real good. That's an every other year thing. We have a little problem in the SNF. Current Health Systems is saying that some of our patients don't meet the criteria for being in the SNF. They want to put them in. And that guy that was here in the suit, that little weasel. But anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Good person.
Yeah, but anyway, he's trying to poach our patients, basically. But we have a lot of reasons that they can't be moved. So we're probably going to have to start admitting people with higher acuity though, so that this doesn't happen. I don't know what else we can do, but that's what we're going to try. Some of the people can't make their own decisions, so they can't be moved, which is tough on them, but good for us because they'll take them. But they're doing a full court press of trying to get some of our patients, that guy. But he's got a bad reputation and he's got things against him, and it's just not a good place to go.
So I had a question, which might be a legal question too, but is there anything at the hospital or the district can do to stop him from trying to take patients out of our skilled nursing, or no injunction or
So,
anything? Or
It's the resident's decision. It's not the hospital's decision.
even if they can't make the decision?
Well, whoever their conservator is the one who makes those decisions.
And there's an intermediary too that works in Bakersfield for the county of Kern that is kind of the in between us, and he seems to be pretty level headed.
Well, the guy that's giving him the information about who we got here can he do that?
Yeah.
It's the county.
Yeah.
Well, it's Kern Health too. Kern Health Systems is who's driving or started this. Because they pay us $500, they could pay him $225. That's what it's all about.
Well, the catch is they
they must have some type of working relationship with him. And
Don't know. I don't know.
there's two new young ladies that are working this area. They were at the chamber meeting yesterday. They are, as I said, trying to become interactive in the community.
Really
Those are the individuals we could be, you know,
like to talk with them. But yeah. I told that guy not going around here anymore. I'm not gonna
well, it's a
listen.
good call. I mean, but once again, but I'm just making a statement because they were at the meeting yesterday.
Was there chamber meetings every week?
First, second Wednesday of every month.
Do we have somebody that's working, like he's working, he's going down, getting information and working stuff? Do we have somebody that's doing the same thing to stay on top of it?
We're coming up with reasons that they can't be moved for each of those patients. Sally is working, Sally and her people are working on that.
Okay, so
And we're also, I met the guy who's the intermediary, and I've talked with him a little bit too. He seems to be, he's independent, so he's not for us or against us, but seems to know his stuff.
I can give you some information on the health systems.
I need to talk to him about it.
Just a little bit.
I talked to somebody, I forget, David Baki. He works for California. He can recommend me to get on the board. I think so I can.
Oh, okay.
Stay on there.
Okay, good.
You're there already, I know, but I can take 10
Yeah, but
spots.
it's not long-term, so you need to get on there.
Oh, you're getting off the board?
My term's up in 9.
Oh, okay.
can't you be reappointed?
I think so.
Yeah.
One
well,
time, but I don't know.
Make sure that
if they
happens.
will actually
Yeah, I
do that.
agree. It's a big thing.
Yeah.
That's our biggest payer. We need to have representation there in order to talk, discuss this.
But they're under the gun right now for payment. It's from the state. And so I doubt if it's the guy locally that he doesn't have any influence with current health systems. It's the state of California is harping on current health. Hey, these people aren't meeting the medical criteria. So if the patient really is meeting the medical criteria, we need to provide the documentation.
And that's what they're working on. Yeah. So we need to prove that they cannot be moved. It could be bad for their continuity.
Yeah, current health system doesn't want to upset the patient or have any bad outcomes on their
Right.
for their healthcare. But if we don't have the documentation to prove it, then they're gonna find an alternative.
They've actually talked to all the patients that day. They would talk to every patient. Some of them wouldn't even talk to them because they didn't want to move. They knew what they were here for. And they said, we don't want to talk to you about moving.
Yeah.
Which is great for us.
So they're basically under the gun from the state. And so that's what's motivating them.
So we just need to prove that they belong here and they need to stay here, especially the patients.
If the documentation exists, provide it.
The worst thing that you could do is move it to the next state.
Right.
Status quo.
Okay.
Has the ombudsman been contacted?
Don't know. I think Sally was going to contact. I have not talked to him yet, but
Well,
I
if
need to.
there are patients that cannot make their own determination, the ombudsman needs to be contacted for that.
I think the solution is documentation.
Yeah.
If it exists, then provide it.
It does. It
End
does.
of story.
Yep. I think we can stop that.
Yeah.
But going forward, it's going to continue to happen.
You gotta maintain that documentation.
She's aware of it.
Okay.
We've been meeting with all the, Amy and I have been meeting with all the managers of the departments, trying to get our 3%. They're not even close to get 3% yet. So we're gonna have to do a little more recommendations, I guess. You can put it negotiating, but we will get there. Our audit, we are getting very close to the audit being done. Hopefully to have that by the next finance meeting. I've got a little bit of work I gotta do on that. Amy's got a few things to do, but we're working with the auditor and there's been no adjustments so far. And I don't think there will be. ER doctors, we're making a few changes there. We've got a new one that we're bringing in that Dr. Green recommended. We're gonna start doing the background work on him, but he seems to be pretty good. A couple of the other doctors, we may be trying to move them around a little bit. Some of the doctors that Dr. Hall does not feel are up to our standards. So we are looking at that right now, but we don't want to do that. We have a new one right now. We brought in Dr. Mosa, like I said, but we were looking to bring in a couple more. And then wound care, we are still fighting with CMS to try to get paid. We haven't got paid yet, but it's close. They accepted the claims, they just haven't paid us yet. So I'm anticipating that happening early next week. We are working with BioWound, their billing person. Seems to know stuff, but we haven't got paid yet. I think we are going, if it doesn't get paid, we'll see we're gonna get paid. I think we may put a stop to the whole program, even though it's very good for our patients. And we will not lose money, but it's just the outlay of money initially is just getting to be too much right now. We're not getting paid. I mean, we can handle it right now, but as we go forward, if our money starts getting tight, the last we want to do is have brought these to these BioWound kids. We got a break on the supplies, half price. Christine Polito worked that out for us with them, which is great. It just shows you how much they're marking them up. Though. If they could go half price, then that's
No reason to have receivables pending.
right. And that's why our AR is up too. I don't know if you guys looked at that, but our AR is up because we got it. All those haven't been paid yet. Just keep moving. What we do is we charge 3 times the cost of our supplies as our equipment. So that's a large amount right now. That's it. That's what the AR is about. Once we start getting paid on that, the AR start coming back down again. That's all I have.
Any questions for John?
Yes.
I saw on Facebook,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll come to Catherine and we'll come to you.
Those patients that are meeting that criteria for the skilled or long-term care for this facility, correct?
Which patients? Our wound care patients are, oh yeah. Yeah, they are. Sure, they need the work. We're
So we need to remember that, you know, if we're having to make sure that they're meeting certain criterias, they're the ones on the list. They're not someone, you know, if you stop the payment or stop the program, will they still meet that criteria?
get worse. They'll probably, yeah. Because this wound care program is helping. We've had 2 people who are totally healed. They're off. We only had one. We had a wound care program today. We only had 1 patient, but we're admitting this other patient today or tomorrow, I believe, who has bad wounds and she really needs the wound care program.
So the program is a success.
It is.
As far as patients go.
clinically, it's a success. Definitely. Financially, too early to tell. But clinically, it's been great for them.
And they're like, what, 90 days? How far back in payment are they?
About 90 days. Usually Medicare pays you in 14 days. It took us a while to get the bills out for get us all our ducks in a row, but we have had the bill to them for about a month or so at least now, and we still got paid.
Okay.
But we're going back and forth with them, so we're in negotiation. It's going to happen, but it's not to my liking as far as how quickly it's happening.
Okay, thank you.
That's
I saw on Facebook, and I talked about Facebook in here.
sure.
The lab that closed in, next to the bonds, or,
Are they close?
well, they supposed to open on the 21st or something like that, but they've been closed for a month or so. And, they said that they couldn't come to ours. Somebody was talking, they tried to come to ours, but our computer system would not allow their doctor to access their information. How could that be possible?
What day we had our system was down for a day.
No, period.
No,
Period.
period.
Their doctor,
Well, they have
Carrie's
to
not
ask
here.
for permission to do it. They can't just.
yeah, I know. Carrie's not here. It's a question for Carrie.
Right.
but-
But that's one of the answers that they need.
Gary's on there.
He's
On
on.
the phone.
Are you there, Carrie?
More details.
I'm here.
Okay. Carrie, did you hear what I said? I'm sorry.
I barely did. There was a little cross chatter. Sorry.
Okay. On Facebook, the lab in, next to the bonds has been closed for a month or so. And some of the
Okay.
people talking about where they're going and what they're doing and how to do it. And one of the guys said they tried to come here, but their doctor could not access the information from us. And how could that be possible? So they couldn't come, because their doctor couldn't get our report.
The doctor couldn't get our report, so they had a lab order. They brought the lab order in. We successfully drew labs and they couldn't get the report.
That's what he said on Facebook. He said it very simply, which I'm sort of saying, but is that possible? Is there a possibility when we get the lab report, if the doctor should be able to see it, right? When we do
Yeah,
it.
I mean, typically it'll go, it'll automatically fax to the doctor's office is the way it works. Without knowing more details, I couldn't tell you exactly what happened in this isolated case, but that's how it works. Lab order
But
comes
then he
in,
probably,
we draw
he
labs,
probably didn't
goes out.
know what he was talking about.
No, but usually we'll send them the information to the doctor's office automatically.
I didn't know the lab was closed. I go there.
Was temporarily unstaffed.
Yeah, I think the girls.
Well, they're
think
open.
that's-
Well, there was medical issues.
Yes.
And that's why she was off. But I went in there 2 other times and somebody was always there. A different person was always there.
We had trouble staffing it from Bakersfield, that's why it was.
Oh,
closed.
okay.
They have some technicians that don't want to go.
Okay, Carrie, I think I understand, and I think.
Yeah,
he-
so I mean, this process works. I mean, that's how
Yeah, he was
labs
confused.
are done throughout the day.
Okay, thank you.
John, I have some questions.
Yeah, go ahead,
For
Ross.
John. On the pharmacy and the move to the new place. Has Bob been able to make that his priority rather than medical records? Because pharmacy, we're losing money by having the pharmacy not be in the new facility.
Well, he's making that as priority. There's always somebody from the pharmacy. We're trying to get medical records out there. I'm not sure we're losing money. How we're losing money? How we're losing money?
Well, we're not doing deliveries, we're not
Yeah,
doing
that's true.
mail, we're not doing business that we could be getting
True.
because we're still in the old
There's
facility.
somebody working on that pharmacy every day.
Okay,
Yeah, so we're getting it.
I'd
It's
like
just like I said, we can't do anything until we start money. And the board of pharmacy. But it's close.
Okay.
And I keep saying that, I know.
Can I
Okay.
get on that conversation?
Sure.
The word is that Vaughn's has kicked Wells Fargo out. And that's where their pharmacy is gonna be now. Does anybody know?
I was told that as well
You were told that?
yesterday.
So Russ, you're right. We should be established. We should be treating our customers like VIPs there. And we're not.
we should have been in there 3 months ago.
Yeah, and this,
And
that company will be established and get our customers before we even get them.
and I understand why
The timing.
we
is
didn't have,
stupid.
we didn't have the money to do the bids, and so we have to do it with our staff, and I get that. And I know it's slower than it could have been if we could have just hired it out, but,
Right.
if there's any way that Bob can make that the priority and get it
Oh, it
done,
is a priority.
Just get it done.
It's definitely a priority.
so I think we're shooting ourselves in the foot.
So
It helps.
And you had commented on the hiring of Shannon Demerson. I think that's good news. I have a lot of confidence in her. You did hire her as a CNO. Okay, because there was talk of a different
We
position.
I discussed it with her, and she deserves to be a CNO, not
Good,
anything lower.
good. Okay, well,
I think she's gonna be a very good.
great. Can't wait to see her.
That's it. It's catching up to you.
Great. Thank you, John.
Good.
That's it.
That's it. Okay. Any other questions for John?
Just one,
Oh.
I don't mind. I'm sure, yeah, Papa.
Have somebody coming Wednesday, actually from Bakersfield. I talked to him on the phone. He seems like a nice guy. He's got the qualifications. He's willing to work part-time even because he's got another job he can continue. So maybe it'll save half of the salary on there too. And I'll still do some of the CFO work.
No, you won't.
I'd rather save $100,000.
I understand
Work a
that.
little harder. For right now, at least we could always.
You can't beat both.
I know, I wouldn't be, I would just be behind the scenes. But if we need him to work more, we can just adjust as needed.
I like the fact that we're talking part-time instead of full-time.
Right.
That assists us and helps us on the bottom line.
I agree.
And
He's
his,
like a nice guy. It was just on the phone. It wasn't even a Zoom, so I haven't seen him or anything, but it's just, he's got good qualifications. He's got healthcare experience. He doesn't have any CPSI experience. That's a downside, but says he can learn things pretty quickly, I believe. See,
do you think in his spare time, since he's working part-time, he could open a Leering Center in Minnesota under our name?
It's worth a shot, right?
Any other questions or comments for Mr. Lover?
No, sir.
All right, thank you, John. Okay,
One other question.
all right.
Time's
Rick,
Under F, Heidi, this is for you. Where it says old business, is that got anything to do with me? Oh,
Okay, new business, we have a CER request for our narcotics safe. This is for the new pharmacy. It's on pages 98 through 106. John, do you have anything to mention about?
We actually went for what we, at first we started one for about 15,000, I think, and we got one that's, we think will meet our needs for about half that price now.
Well, they had two of them listed.
Yeah, we didn't need the big one.
The only thing I saw with, well, there was one that was forgive me, $6,000 or $7,000, another one was like a $5,000 unit, but on the $5,000 unit, I didn't see anything about delivery or inside delivery or any of that stuff. Up here.
Inside, what do you mean?
It's gonna be.
Staff's recommending.
Oh, I see.
Script one.
Oh,
Anyway,
Yeah.
Oh, I
just
see,
looking
yeah.
at the difference in price, so.
But it had to do with the number of shelves inside and that's what the difference is.
Okay.
We need a few more shelves.
so why do we need this? Don't we have one already?
It's too small.
Why is it too small? We're using it, right?
We're using it and supplemental, but it's not,
Okay.
and I don't know that some of it is stuff that can actually be moved to the new facility. A cabinet and a couple of drawers, but it's not, you really should have a proper space.
We're anticipating growing ones too, so we'll do that probably.
how long will it take to get it? I didn't see it in there. We should have ordered
It's got
it
about 2 weeks.
about 2 weeks. We probably won't be open for 2 or 3 months, but that probably will.
So I know that, our 340B program is still a work in progress. And if it ever gets up and running, then,
Well, it's running, it's up and running, it's just, it's not to the full extent yet.
okay. Is the pharmacy operation profitable, the retail pharmacy? Are we making money on that?
If you add in the extra money, IGT money we're getting for the SNF that they support, yes. On its own, no.
Okay. But
But you have to include that IGT money.
Of course you do. I understand that.
But if it was just a standalone pharmacy,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be a good business.
Then I question this expense. Do we really need it?
From the suit we do, we could look into it again.
Or Susan's gonna say, I need it.
There are Florida pharmacy requirements for the storage of narcotics. And we're loosening those with the units that they have at the other pharmacy, utilizing the doors, but they have to be under double lock. There are requirements for the board of pharmacy.
And this will also have a keypad where you know everybody that goes into the safe. Which is fantastic, I think.
Track it.
Right.
You're speaking as the employee of the year?
So everybody's on board with this, Suda and Bob
This
will
is,
solve it.
this is the one that Suda and Bob chose. The reason why it's slightly more expensive is the unit they're asking for has 6.
Yeah, I make a motion, we approve it as presented, if that's okay.
We have a motion by Director Parks. Is there a second?
I'll go ahead and second.
Second by Director Clark. Is there any other discussion or comments? Any comment
Nope.
from the staff or public? Okay, we'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Any opposed?
I'm opposed.
Okay, passes with.
And I'm opposed because I think we need to start taking a more critical look on what we're spending money on.
We are.
No, I agree, but we gotta order, what do? We wait till another month before we even order one? I mean, and look for one.
I am looking at
Hopefully
every
we're gonna
recognition. I'm gonna start saying no a lot for it to happen.
You have to have something that can be approved whenever they inspect it, right?
Exactly.
And so, Russ, I agree 100%. We should have found a used one a year ago. We should have known what we were.
Well, I figured we probably already have one. That's why, that was only my point. But if it's inadequate, I guess maybe we have to, but I'm gonna vote against it.
Well, I'm thinking that we've been operating sort of under the table a little bit,
Yes, maybe
and
so.
now there's got to be approved,
Okay.
is what I'm thinking.
You've already approved it.
Okay,
It's
all
done.
right,
The board took action.
okay.
Okay, item number 2 is KVHD scholarship application. It's on pages 107 through 113.
Yeah, we had this in a previous meeting. We were asking for recommendations. What I'm personally going to recommend is that when we honor the 12 hours per pay period, or forgive me, per week of paying so that she retains her benefits, but allow her to be on her own for her books and tuition instead of us paying. Our question was, was there any recourse for us if this person didn't work through it? There's nothing. So I figured we need to put a little bit of the heat on the individual as well.
Put some skin in the game, that hurts.
Yeah, because,
We can't make her come.
we're gonna put skin into the game because we're gonna just keep the benefits in place. We're gonna pay for the one shift, which still keeps all of her hours in place, which does need to have a bit of the same.
And we can't even force her to come work for us, right? After she's done with it. Or that would be, I just, doesn't seem right to me.
How long has she worked here?
Here. It's been here before for a couple of years and then she was gone for a spell, but she's been back 3 years. So
And she was our DNA trainer also this last time.
Oh.
She doesn't want to do that anymore.
So it's been you recommended it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we accept it the way it's presented.
Wait.
That's the way we want it.
Are you doing it are you including the $2,500 loan as it applies? You're just doing
Just the hourly wage.
the hourly wage?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That way she retains her benefits.
The motion?
I made the motion, do I second it too?
No, he was just clarifying.
Oh,
We're just clarifying what the motion was, so everyone was on the same page.
Obviously, I'll second what.
So motion by Director Parks and some seconded by Director Clark. Any discussion or comments? Comments from the staff or public? Okay, we'll take the vote. All in favor?
I,
Any opposed? Okay, that passes. Item number 3 is resolution 2602. This is acquisition of True Bridge. This is pages 114 through 118.
This is making them the treatment in the clinic. We talked about that last meeting, I believe.
Yeah.
Greg, Miranda, and Carrie went down to Arizona and saw a hospital that had the clinic, and they thought it was a good thing. It's going to be a little bit of a transition problem at first because we learn a new system. It's probably going to affect our cash flow for a little bit also, but in the long run, it's going to integrate everything together, and I think that's the direction we need to go. I don't think we'll ever be totally integrated on one system because if CPS doesn't have a long-term care program module or a ER module that's adequate, so we're always going to be somewhat not integrated, but this will go a long way.
Make a motion to approve it the way it's presented.
Just to say, so it's going from True Bridge EHR to True Bridge TPEHR with interfaces. Correct.
Yes, and we're gonna end up saving money on it too. This is the whole. Carrie, you can
Yeah,
talk
there's,
about.
there's approximately $7,000 monthly savings if we go with their software as a service pricing model, which is at the very bottom of this towards page 118, which is where I compared our existing costs with our current EMR, which is EMDs, and all the costs that are associated with that, and then broke it down by the price, the software as a service pricing model, which is about $7,000 per month savings.
How long do you think it's going to take you to get everyone trained and up to speed with the new interface?
That's not an interface; it's an entirely new electronic health record. And so TrueBridge handles all of the training. Their estimate is that we will be going live in August or September. During that implementation period between now and then is when the training will take place. So all we have is their estimates based upon, their expertise in going live with these types of systems. It's up to our staff to learn all that. I know that Greg's already doing extensive work because the training modules, because we're already a TrueBridge customer, those are available to him. And so he and a handful of people are already looking through this to help expedite the training and understand the system as best they can.
Thank you.
Hey, Carrie, this is Russ. I didn't understand
Russ.
the cost. Hi, Carrie. I didn't understand the cost analysis. Could you walk me through that?
I would
So-
love to.
What I'm interested in finding out is obviously we're paying money for an existing system. So this new system, this implementation, this crossover, it's going to be cheaper in the long run?
It'll be cheaper close to immediately. So if you look at the first column there with all of our existing costs, that's broken down by what we're paying now. So not much to talk about there. That's what we pay for all of the things that help make TrueBridge both in the hospital as well as the TrueBridge run in the hospital currently, and then EMDs and all the associated costs with EMDs. So it's costing us, with all of those things considered, about $20,000 per month.
Okay.
We have two options to purchase this. One is the clear winner here. If we looked at the first option, we can actually purchase this outright, but the implementation fee is $115,000, so a lot of capital up front. And we don't get all of the benefits that we would get from the software as a service model, primarily the interfaces. So with the software as a service model, we get 3 free interfaces per year, and those interfaces currently run between $10,000 to $20,000 a piece to get set up. So what I did was look over the last 3 years and average the cost of those interfaces that we've spun up, which is where I got that $1,881. So those costs, if we were to continue with, or if we were to purchase this outright, those costs would remain because it's not part of the software as a service. And then the Shasta interfaces, where it's costing us $550 per month, my plan once we go live with this is to eliminate that altogether. So that would be a savings of $550 a month because we have 3 interfaces with Shasta. And so I would use those 3 free interfaces to eliminate those costs. So overall, it makes sense to go with the software as a service because there's no implementation fee, and overall our monthly going for this product would be just about $14,000 versus $20,000.
Okay. That's great. Good move.
Carrie, the free interface, would that continue? Or is that? first
Yeah, so
year?
that's part of the model. Annually that we would get 3 free. It's tough to say exactly. We would probably use all 3 per year for an extended period of time. Ultimately, that would cap out where we just have what we need. But by that time, who knows what we'll be doing? You know, we might be with a different pricing model by then. But this makes a lot of sense for right now.
Okay, thank you.
Is there a term or contract guarantee with this, Karen?
What do you mean by guarantee?
In other words, is there a contract in place for time frame where we have to stay with the system if God forbid it didn't work right?
Yeah, there is. I think we're looking at a 3-year term right now. We don't have the contract in front of us, but I believe it was a 3-year term is what we negotiated.
Okay.
Gene, I think you initially
Yes, yes,
did a motion.
the way it is presented.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Director Elliott. Is there any other discussion or comments?
No, sir.
Resolution, we only need to do a roll call. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Carrie. Item 4, Ducker, Metzger, and Wynn fee arrangement. This is on pages 192 through 130 of your packet.
Which page?
Oh, 119 through 130.
If you don't mind, I can go ahead and talk about that.
Oh, okay.
So Onland and Rose Serrano are currently representing the district in the Benson matter. As you know, the Carrington matter has been filed as well. And so we have been working with Rose on that case. The agreement for Benson, however, doesn't extend to other cases on its own. So what we're doing is we're asking the board to authorize the district to retain the law firm to also represent the district on the Carrington matter. So this has been an ongoing claim, and Rose has been working with us in our discussions with the plaintiff's counsel. He's very familiar with the case, and it mirrors the earlier case that she's working on for the district. So from my perspective, it makes a lot of sense to stay with John and Rose. So my recommendation is to do that. And then this is just the agreement where the firm is, the district is retaining the firm for that second case.
I make a motion, we accept it as presented in there.
There's a motion by Director Parks. Is there a second?
I'll second. Gene's
Second by
motion.
Director Elliott. Any other discussion or comments from the board?
How do you get in the law business?
Ask him. Any comments from the staff or public? Okay, we'll take the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, passes. Thank you, Scott. And then item 5 under new business was the item 19 that Director Elliott you pulled from the consent agenda. This is a CER item.
Yeah, let's get to that page.
We'll have our extended already.
Thank you.
She's on there.
Oh, yeah, she would to answer. It might, I think it's 2 pages. She's on page 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's 2 pages.
Oh, there's 2 pages.
Yeah.
How many people? Wow.
So I pulled this off consent because I'm worried about the district's finances. And this one, as I was reading through it, I just needed more justification, I guess, because it read to me more like a want than a need. And I thought there might be an opportunity here to save some money. I know that I'm familiar with some of the equipment in the physical therapy unit, and it all seems to be actually in good shape. Some of it's old, but it's all still functioning. And so I wanted to ask questions about this. So I'd like to hear from Lindsay.
Well, I
Yeah,
understand.
hi. Can you guys hear me
Safety
okay?
concerns too on it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lindsay.
Yeah, so some of my concerns about the equipment is that like specifically the seated leg press portion of it, we have to physically pull the plate back to get patients into it. And if we have to help them with the body part to get into it, we have to keep that plate pulled back and help their limb or their body or anything to get into it. So it's actually quite hard, especially if we want to pull a little heavier weights, we have to physically pull it for the patient. So that's my concern about that aspect of it, is like the safety.
Can you not just pull the lowest weight, put the patient in, and then readjust the weight where it needs to be?
No, you have to hold the weight. You have to put it all the way back down. And most people are not flexible to have their knees towards their chest. And then you have to change the pin and then push it again. You can't just change it when their feet are on it unless they're flexible enough.
So which device is that? Is that the Do Now? Or
That's the seated leg press. That's the portion that would replace that. I didn't want to get an all 4-in-1 again. I wanted to try to get something that replaces all the aspects, but then give us another 25 years of growth and new methods of exercise and the Do Now model. But the leg press will replaces the portion I was just describing.
It's 2 separate pieces of equipment as opposed to one together right now.
okay.
My other concern with it is the plates are numbered 1 through I'm not sure, like 20 maybe, and it doesn't even really tell us how much each plate is, and it's a 2 pulley system as well. So when we do a weight, we just say plate 1, 2, 3. We actually don't know how much weight it is.
That's something you could solve though, right?
Yeah.
You could measure each one and label it.
How?
Well, yeah, each plate's probably the same amount of weight. So however much one plate weighs, add it up.
Disassemble it to do that though. I mean, it's a I haven't figured it out how to do that. But I stay away from the whole machinery because I don't like to pull that heavy weight to do the leg press and get somebody in. I thought Mark would make, I didn't know he was retiring at the time. We actually had him get in just to like see how uncomfortable and how hard it is to adjust things in it. When someone like, more people have more limited hip and knee range that we want in it, but it's really hard to get them in it and then hold the plate, help their limb into it. So it either takes two people to do it or the detriment of one when they're like leaning over and assisting.
How have we been able to function all these years with that?
It's been a cruel sacrifice on our bodies. No, I mean, like we will survive without any upgrades, but like the clinicians will only go up to 3 plates. They have their own rules of how much they'll pull back on it. Like I physically can't pull 4 plates, and I don't know if that's 40 pounds or 80 pounds. I'm assuming it might be 80 pounds, but I won't pull back. I can't physically pull back 4 plates, and I'm behind. When you pull back the foot plate, I'm actually physically behind it pulling it. So if somebody needs assistance getting on, which is almost everybody, you have to use your body weight to hold it and then help the leg or get a second person. So most of the clinicians won't do past 3 plates when they use it. So it's worthless. It's just sitting there. We can't even put heavy weight really on it.
I just see a work comp.
I know, me too. Okay. Thank you.
I have a video if you guys ever want to see it, or come in and I can show you as well. I would love for people to see it so they can understand it. I know it's a little confusing.
When do you get back?
I get back, I'll be in work on Tuesday.
Okay. Maybe I'll come visit you Tuesday or Wednesday then.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh,
Go ahead.
This is such a small dollar amount in the grand scheme of things. I don't want to hold it up. I certainly don't want to create a workers' comp claim down the road or see a patient injured.
Yeah, I know the patients really like the physical rehab department of the hospital.
And I certainly want to support the PT unit. So if Lindsay says this is necessary, then I'll have to take her word for it. But I hope we're scrutinizing our capital expenditures in the future. So that.
And honestly, there's not going to be another needed amount. I think this stuff will be utilized for the next 25 years. We don't need to do any upgrades. So this amount will spread over all those years too.
Okay. Thanks, Lindsay. I'll make the motion to
This is
approve.
one of the initial piece equipment when we opened, correct? So it's been used for a long time. So, and my concern is the safety. To have someone pulling that plate, and if they slip and there's other people's legs are up on it, it's going to be. I think we changed beds for less when nurses got hurt, and so
Yeah.
There's nurses that have been out on the workers' comp we're probably still paying on a couple of them because of beds. So, yeah, thanks Ross for pulling it out and thinking about it. But I do believe that it's very important, and I think the therapy makes income.
Yes,
Yeah, a lot of people
So,
would like to.
Right.
like I said, I wish it was bigger because we could even get more patients.
well, we'll talk about that too. Let's just take out the side yard and.
That would be nice. I mean, you joke, but that would be nice.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing I want to publicize is that it's kind of off topic. We posted a speech therapist job. So if you guys want to spread that around, we're looking for some per diem help with that. I just wanted to make that information known to everyone.
And we're speech therapists too, right?
That's what you just
That's what I said,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I know too. I'll call them.
Really?
So was that a second to my motion?
Yeah, that's a second.
Okay, so we'll do a motion by Director Elliott and a second by Director O'Connor. Any other discussion or comment? Any comment or input from the staff or public?
I'm grateful that you guys approved it because that's going to be a huge help for our physical therapy department.
All right, thank you, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that carries. All right, we'll move on to director's comments. So we'll start down here with Director Parks. Anything?
I don't have anything to say.
Really? Okay.
Thank
Director Cronin?
You're doing a good job, John.
Well,
You're
thank
doing
you.
a good job.
You're repeating him. but-
Well, yeah, I just didn't know if you could hear him. Actually, I just want to, I'm grateful that I did get to do the invocation. You know, I try to be prepared for it just in my spiritual life to come in and try to, you know, pray for the employees and the hospital and, not just while I'm here, but there may not be a lot of things I can do right, but prayer for everyone here in the facility is one of them.
Director Elliott, anything?
Thanks, John. I'm concerned about our bottom line. It sounds like we're gonna be good on the IGT payments for the rest of this year and perhaps into next year. I've read your article. I think you wrote it, or was it Catherine, on the Congressman Fong's presentation at Exchange Club. Okay.
He was here too. He toured the facility.
And he had mentioned, at least the way it was reported in the newspaper, I wasn't at the meeting. I was picking up my dog.
Yay.
But he said, well, we've put money back in to make sure the rural hospitals are safe. And that's a bald-faced lie. They cut $1 trillion from Medicare, or Medicaid, $1 trillion from Medicaid, put $50 billion back in. $50 billion sounds like a whole bunch of money, 5%. 5% back. They take 100% away and put 5% back.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is director's comments.
All right.
It's not up for discussion or debate,
Okay.
correct? Okay.
Thanks,
Director,
John.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
And so he's publicly saying, hey, we're fine. I'm going to provide the money. Well, he's not. It's not in the law, and I'm really concerned about it. I'm not convinced that those IGT payments are going to continue, and if they don't, we're going to be a world of hurt. So I want to stay focused on that. I want to question the heck out of you and what you're bringing.
Bring it on, every last answer.
I just want to make sure we're looking at every penny, because I think now's the time, more than ever, that we need to be looking at that stuff.
Okay.
Thank you. And I want to congratulate Heidi for being Employee of the Year.
Don't forget Amy.
And Amy, you did too, huh?
Manager of the year.
Yeah. Both well deserved. Both of you make this operation function, and it'd be different without you, and I'm so glad you're both here. Thanks.
Director Clark, anything?
Do us a favor, get the pharmacy done.
I agree. I agree.
You know, we instructed SUDA as a board many months ago to get the delivery and mail order in place. I even worked directly with Josh at the post office, have everything set up that we could guarantee a 2-day turnaround. And she continues to fight on giving us excuses why it can't take place. But she sure has a lot of demands on what she wants at the new facility. So she even needs to step up and get it done, or maybe that's the next challenge for us. It's just my opinion.
Okay. I mean, I certainly agree with the other board members that the pharmacy does need to be, priority, which I know it is. I know you say it is, but I think the sooner we can just get it moved over there and get the patients that we have, get them taken care of, and hopefully beat the competition that might be going into bonds. Yeah, that would be a huge feather in our cap. Secondly, to Director Elliott's point about the expenses, I do agree. I know that's been kind of a concern with all 5 of the board members here. And it might be a situation, maybe for the finance committee with you and Director Parks, maybe it just comes down to, if it's not in the budget, then sorry. I mean, I know there's some situations where you have to have a CEO, like if there's an emergency kind of
Patient
situation,
care situations, yes.
understood, but maybe some of these pet projects, if it's not the money, if it's not budgeted, then sorry, you have to wait till the following year or 2 years out or something. If it comes down to that, trying to, trim the budget with these kind of concerns, so.
So our next step is the next year's budget. We'll have to be toned down to two stars.
Yeah, that's gonna be coming up pretty soon too with the
Right.
fiscal year coming to. So, anyway, food for thought, but I know you're doing a good job and you're trying to learn everything and, stepping into this. So,
Looking at every penny. I mean, we have to.
yeah,
We were planning for the future. Definitely.
yeah. And I also did want to, I meant to say this at last month's meeting, but there was a lot on the agenda and it was a long meeting. So again, congratulations to Heidi as Employee of the Year and congratulations to Amy for Manager of the Year. Amy kind of stepped into a lot with everything going on the last couple of years, and Heidi, you've been here for ever. No, but thank you both for everything you do for the district. I know, speaking on behalf of the board and the rest of the board, I'm sure has said it as well, that we appreciate everything you guys have been doing possible. And the whole staff actually. So anyway, thank you guys.
Shocking. Another $5.
With that, we're gonna adjourn to closed session at 2:57. So thank you all for coming.
Thanks for coming, Spencer. Keep the good articles coming. Thank you. See you. That's a good acquisition. Right.
It's just in case there's holdovers in case you have to
Happy, John.
Yes,
I was
sir.
hoping you were going to have board meeting.
That would be you, Chief. No doubt about it.
Gina,
Yep.
we're gonna go ahead with Rose really quickly. So we're gonna do the med qual report after we finish the other items.
That's fine.
Provided, Dina Graff provided medical quality report. Rose Serrano attended the closed session. Benson, Wakaba, Rostad, and one potential litigation case. She provided an update on all those cases. 2 cases of potential litigation were not discussed. And no other items were discussed in closed session.
Thank you, Scott. Did you want to take a moment to go back to?
I would like to,
O'Connor has the.
I would like to bring up something that has been brought to my attention. It's been a while, but my question is, and it's kind of a concern, that employees that turn age to receive Medicare and they choose not to have the hospital insurance anymore, do they get reimbursed for that amount if they've asked about it to be stopped?
They do not. And it is illegal.
Scott already ruled on that.
Yeah.
Okay. So even if
She
they,
got stuff before too.
okay, well, I'm just kind of wondering, I mean, if they said we don't want it or we no longer want our insurance.
Yeah.
And months go by and we're still taking it out of their check.
We don't, no. Once
We're gonna take another check.
once they decline the health insurance, we do not take premiums anymore.
Okay, now, the question is, and John's been working on it since September, and he was gonna have something.
September.
Yes, I've been after it. It's never been on the agenda because you keep saying you're gonna do something. If we provide through our group, the Medicare. If when they go off Medicare, off our group, they're off. They can't come back on. If they're still with our group and they take Medicare in our group, they can stay on our group. Okay, there's a big benefit to doing that. We owe it to our employees to do the right thing, and we haven't been doing it.
Talk
Because
to our broker, Gene, and we can only offer Medicare Advantage. We cannot offer Medicare traditional. But
that's,
the broker, I've got a meeting with the
that's what
broker next
everybody
week.
wants is Medicare Advantage.
I don't know, if this person that I talked to was, wanting that. I was just being asked before about,
So we've had other individuals ask about it and we've let them know that it's not something that we can do.
okay,
And so I don't know if this is a new person asking or if it's somebody else just asking to see, like if mom says no, go ask dad.
yeah.
So
It's been months and I haven't talked to John since
I have a
then.
meeting with the broker next week, and really,
Yeah.
and we're going to talk about it again.
John, the Medicare Advantage is better than any program you have in the entire system of what you're getting through California Choice.
I don't
That-
agree with
Oh,
that.
yes, it is.
I don't
Anyway, Gene, we can agree to disagree. Like I said, I'm gonna have a meeting with the broker. Next board meeting, I will come and report. That's all. I mean, I don't know. That's all I know right now.
Everybody should have a choice to stay on our plan and have Medicare. They should have the choice.
According to the brokers.
he said the way it typically works is that the Medicare would be like secondary. And they don't typically see that. But John is scheduling a meeting to meet with her. We had one for last month that they canceled.
Now, that's not to come in and present what they're gonna be doing in April.
No. This is separate from
Okay,
open enrollment.
okay.
This is just to
And you've
discuss that topic. Yeah.
and you're invited me to the meeting so that,
You're invited. Any meeting you want to come to, Gene.
Okay, sorry, but thank you for answering my question. Probably should have stayed in closed session, but. So, okay, thanks.
Well, I did have one
Oh, go ahead.
question too. It's not, I brought up in closed session, but it actually can be brought up because there's nothing confidential. I was just curious why Nick hasn't been here a lot and Carrie's been on Zoom a lot. Is there a reason?
Nick has been on vacation for
Oh, has
2
he?
weeks. He's back though now.
Okay,
And Carrie is out of town today.
okay. I was just curious. It just seems like they've been kind of not in present lately.
I mentioned that to him too. And I said, we need to be here.
Okay. That's all I had. Was just curious. Okay, that's all I had. With that, then we are adjourned at 4:08. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
so can we vote on board meeting of the year?
I nominate Gene.